Claire, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you? Did you have a good World Thinking Day?
I had an absolutely fantastic World Thinking Day. Great theme this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, we had an excellent peace evening with Rangers, and it fits in really nicely with what we're talking about today.
Yeah, I went to a WAG session as well. And of course, we got our 30th birthday coming up.
I know, it's come round so quickly since the 25th.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is share my screen because I want to tell people about our new peace challenge.
Excellent.
Can you see that?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, so we've got the Stand Up Together for Peace, which is our World Thinking Day logo. Can you see our new event badge in the middle?
Yeah, it's great.
It's got the
Look
30,
forward to
it's
getting one.
got a pearl necklace there because we're now 30 years, plus the Pax Lodge bus. So shall we go on the journey and find out what you've got to do in the peace section for the challenge badge?
That sounds like an excellent idea.
Well, the Friends of Pax Lodge, so I'm the chair of the Friends and you're the deputy. We've been working together with other friends to try and create this video to give you an idea of different things you can do. If you come to Pax Lodge, you might see friends wearing the necker. I see you've got yours on.
Yep, same one as that one. It's from the 20th anniversary, 25th anniversary.
Did you know we've got a new necker now?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, it's a dark one. It's dark navy coloured with the Pax Lodge dove. You can get it from the WAG shop.
Oh, lovely. I'll have to look out for that.
And we also wear a Friends pin with the dove on. The Friends do lots and lots of things. You've helped me at different sessions when Pax Lodge is open.
Yes, it's a favourite part of my World Thinking Day normally, being able to come to Pax Lodge and help with the events.
Sometimes Friends, they make publications. So they've made the Pax Lodge book and they've done the Pax Lodge songbook. They did this, the Friends in the USA. But other Friends, they actually come and help and maintain the building. Down here, there's Dave and Dennis doing putting a new tube map up in the London room. And we've even had
it looks great.
We've even had fundraisers as Friends of USA put on a virtual pub lunch. We had ploughmans.
Nice.
The other favourite thing of the Friends is to share our history. Susan, one of the Friends that's doing the environment section with me, she was down in the basement a couple of years ago and she came across some old books. Here's one that she found that was from our Ark about peace.
Wow.
And we've been sent a diary that's got all about the opening from Betty Clay when she opened. Well, she actually laid the foundation stone. I've got a picture of that later on.
Wow, that's an amazing piece of Pax Lodge's history there.
Yeah. And Catherine, she's a Friend. She's been doing videos and that of Footsteps of the Founders, because normally you can go on a Footsteps of the Founders tour when you come to Pax Lodge, but she's been doing one virtually.
That's great. It means you can share more of Pax Lodge in London with more people.
Paul, he often gives talks with Marlene about the history of Pax Lodge and the history of girl guiding in the UK. Or you might want to go up to the museum in Hampstead. That shows you some old pictures that you can find at the World Bureau next door to us.
Oh yes, back from before it was the World Bureau.
Yeah. So let's get on the bus. It's got 5 sections, so we've got 5 windows and we're going to look at the first window. So the challenges that we might want to cover for peace. So, do you know what our first World Centre in London was called?
It was called our Ark.
Do you know when it was opened?
Sometime in the 1930s, but I can't remember exactly. Do you know?
Yeah, 1939, just at the outset of World War II. It became a safe haven for Girl Guides and Girl Scouts around the world. It's a good thing it was called our Ark, wasn't it?
Yep.
And then later on, it had to move. It used to be near the Girl Guiding UK headquarters, but then it moved towards Earl's Court and it got renamed Olive House. Do you know why we called that?
That would presumably be named after Olive Baden-Powell.
Yeah, it was a nod to the wife of our founder. Now, if you stayed at Olive House, you got a brooch with the Ark symbol on, just like that. Now, in 1991, we opened Pax Lodge. But before then, we didn't have a White Earth World Centre for a couple of years when we closed Olive House. I remember being there in the middle of 1990. No, it was in the middle of the 1980s. That was it. And I was staying there and it was getting quite old and water was actually coming through the ceiling. So
Well, that's not good.
No, so it's all the Girl Guides and Girl Scouts around the world helped raise money and we opened Pax Lodge. There's a picture there of Betty Clay. She laid the foundation stone. Do you like staying at Pax Lodge?
I've only actually stayed once because I live in London. So I don't really need to, but I do love visiting Pax Lodge.
It's great to have it on your doorstep then, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I used to run a guide unit that was only 5 minutes walk away.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, very lucky.
If you go to Pax Lodge, you can get the Pax Lodge pin. You can see it down the bottom here. When it first started, it used to be blue, and some of them you used to be able to get were in wood. But a few years ago, the World Bureau allocated us the teal colour. So now our badges are silver and teal. Can you tell us a bit about the Pax Lodge logo, please, Claire?
Yep, so the Pax Lodge logo now it's a mixture of a dove, which is a symbol of peace, with an olive branch in its beak. And the dove is shaped like an ark, kind of, or a boat, to represent the history of a world centre in London and our Ark, which is also why it's floating on some water. And then we've got a version of the world badge as well.
It's lovely. I've got it on my shirt.
Ah, yes.
Now, 9 o'clock, you're lucky because you can walk. I have to get up early after the sessions, have my breakfast and get there for flag in the morning. We raise the world flag and we raise the Pax Lodge flag. You can actually get a badge of it if you want to. And if you look at the world flag, can you see the white squares in the corner?
Yep.
Do you know what they mean?
They're for peace, aren't they?
Yeah, for world peace, because that's what Girl Guides and Girl Scouts work for. And again, we referred back to it when we had our World Thinking Day theme this weekend. But what else makes for peace? Pax Lodge, it's a lot about having laugh and making new friends. Can you remember when we made the peace cranes?
Yes, so you and I went to Japan in 2015 to the World Scout Jamboree. So as part of the Thinking Day activities that year, we helped run an activity that involved making cranes.
They're really difficult.
They're not too bad. I've made a handy video that can help show you how to make them, so hopefully that will help.
Oh, that will be great. And if anyone comes down to Pax Lodge, you can help them then if they're on one of the sessions. You're going to send it to Liz, our programme coordinator, and then she can put it online for people.
Yes, yep. So hopefully it should be online as soon as you've finished watching this video.
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. You can see what some of the peace cranes behind the diagram where we're making some diversity flower brooches. Can you remember when we made those little brooches last year for World Thinking Day?
Yes, I've got mine with my badge collection.
And again, it's tied with a white ribbon denoting peace. We've done lots of World Thinking Day activities. There's Susan. She helped to make some guiding light candles. I remember us making loads and loads. At first, we were only going to make doves and the trefoils, but we ended up with lots and lots of different animals, a complete menagerie.
They're very cute.
We also raised money for the World Thinking Day Fund, and another session we helped make drinking glasses for the theme when it was Grow. We got some plastic glasses, we decorated the base as tree roots, then the stem as the trunk, and then on the main sort of drinking part of the glass we put the WAG's logo, and we decorated it with branches and flowers and leaves to show how friendship and peace spreads around the world. And inside
Lovely.
we put a little LED candle. We quite often have guides and that want to do a bit of service work. Down below is a board that some guides from Worcestershire made to help for a World Thinking Day session. And of course, our favourite thing is doves. Can you tell us a bit about Olive?
Yeah, she was a gift from a former volunteer, and she turns up at Pax Lodge events sometimes and goes on little adventures as well of her own.
Yeah, I think she's kept in the volunteers workshop, and we make loads and loads of doves of different size and shapes. Can you remember when we made this one and we put World Thinking Day messages inside of it?
I think I was actually on holiday that year in Thailand, but also visiting Girl Guides there on World Thinking Day.
Oh, you're really lucky. I remember
It was good.
attending a session, a couple of years ago when we were open, and we had Girl Scouts from the Philippines. They came for a
Awesome.
Global Friendship Week.
It's great, all the exciting new friends you can meet at Pax Lodge.
Yeah, and the volunteers, they come from all different countries as well, don't they?
They do, yeah.
So
it's great that they're able to share with us.
Yeah. When it was the 25th birthday, we actually made a handshake dove. It's a lot easier than the origami doves. Shall I show you how to make it?
Yeah, yes, please.
Well, the first thing you've got to do is draw the outline of a dove on a piece of paper. Then you might want to get someone to help you, a friend or a grown-up that lives with you, to draw around your hands. Now, my hands are fairly big. If you were a rainbow, so in England, the rainbows are aged 5 to 7, their hands would be a lot smaller. So the wings of their doves are going to be a lot smaller as well. When you've done that, cut out your body, draw a little eye on either side, and cut out your hands. Once you've done that, you need to make feathers, and you can do that by rolling up the fingers. Don't worry if you break one off, you can always tape it back together. And then glue your fingers, which are your wings, onto your dove, and then you can hang it up.
Oh, lovely.
Linda, who's another friend from Pax Lodge, she raises a lot of money. Do you know how she does it?
Linda makes really lovely fabric friendship birds decorations, and they get sold at Pax Lodge through the shop.
Yeah. This one I've got is of London buses. This one here is actually from an old napkin that we found in the basement, and it's got the tower on it that is on the World Bureau.
Oh, wow.
And this one was made out of some material that they sent from Girl Scouts of the USA. I think if it's brown, isn't that the brownies out there?
I think so. I'm not very familiar with their uniform, but I think so.
And then, of course, the big favourite is the dove. This she's made out of old tablecloths. She collects ribbons, old scrap material, and people bring them to Pax Lodge so she can make these. They also bring bells, embroidery thread, and broken necklaces. Do you know what dove she's working on at the moment?
No. Do you know?
She's actually making pearl friendship birds.
Of course.
So she's managed to get some old pearl necklaces and pearlerized material. Do you know what?
Lovely.
She's raised over £10,000 for Pax Lodge, and it's used for maintenance and buying new furniture. Can you see the furniture that we've got in the the Owl room and the London room?
Yeah, those chairs are very comfortable.
So you have to do 2 clauses from Peace. So as well as making a dove, you could make a thank you card with a rainbow. Why do you think I've said a rainbow?
I don't know. Can you tell me?
Well, remember, going back to our Ark, there's a Bible story about Noah and the Ark. And at the end of it, a dove flies in, and it's a symbol of hope. And the rainbow is also a symbol of hope for tomorrow. And hopefully we can all live in peace, and we'll all be able to meet back at Pax Lodge again. And on one of our badges, we've actually got a rainbow, universal friendship at Pax Lodge. And did you know that some of the friends used to make cards?
No.
We actually used to make them at the end of some of our friendship sessions, and then we would take them down to the Royal Free Hospital, which is just down the road, so the nurses and doctors could give them to patients if they had a birthday. It meant they didn't have to go out and buy them.
That's really nice.
Another thing that you could do is maybe go and find a place outside in the peace and quiet, and just spend some me time, or do something for your community to show that you love the people around them. Have you done any service projects at Pax Lodge?
Only helping at World Thinking Day, not any others.
But that can get very busy, and you come to quite a few other sessions and help out, like the campfires and that.
Yeah, one of the good things about being so close to Pax Lodge is my internet dying.
Oh, I can still see you. Are you still there?
I've come back. Oh, that's good.
That's the challenge of doing things virtually. It's really difficult, and we've learned lots of new skills, haven't we?
We certainly have.
It enables us to stay connected with our friends. Anyway, what were you saying?
One of the good things about being so close to Pax Lodge is that sometimes they might just need one person come and help at an evening or something, and I can do that, and it's really good.
And haven't I seen you on the reception desk sometimes?
Yes, I spent quite a few days helping on the reception desk, so I can now work the till, and I've done some airport pickups as well.
Ah, and maybe making loads of tea and coffee when we hold conferences.
I've not so far, but I can also work the washing up machine.
Ah, yeah. Well, as well as doing work at Pax Lodge, you can actually go and sit in a quiet place. Just down the road is a peace garden that the local community have made. Or you might want to travel into the city. At Battersea Park, there's a peace pagoda there, and it's lovely to just watch the water on the river. And then if you go down on the 168 bus from Pax Lodge, you can pass Tavistock Square. If you get off there, it's a lovely peaceful garden. There's a statue of Mahatma Gandhi there, and there's also a maple tree that was planted by the League of Jewish Women during the Year of Peace. Down the bottom, you can see Marlene. She was at a Global Friendship Week, and she went to help Heath Hands at Hampstead Heath. Here she's helping to get rid of some of the leaves. And then there's another picture down there. That's of the Pax Lodge garden. It's lovely just to sit at the back there, but I wouldn't have done it in this case. I've just creosoted the benches there.
Maybe wait a while.
Now, at the end of every session we have, we always finish with the Pax Lodge song. Now, that's also one of the clauses that you could do, is learn the Pax Lodge song. It was written especially for us by a folk singer, Julie Felix. Unfortunately, she recently passed away. Are you going to join us for our virtual campfire?
I hope so, yes.
That's going to be on the 14th of March, the day before our actual birthday on the 15th of March. But there's also other sessions, and I think we might be doing it the 11sies session, which is on the 15th of March, our actual birthday. So there's plenty of opportunity to sing it, as well as learning the world song if you don't know it.
That's good.
Right, I'm going to try and stop screen sharing now. So that's just a little bit of what you could do with peace. So Liz is going to make sure this goes online for everyone to see and share details of how you can get the peace pack and also the lovely challenge badge that goes with
Excellent.
it.
That looks great. Looking forward to doing it.
So thank you very much, Claire, for sharing. And I look
Lovely
forward
to see you again.
to either meeting you virtually, hopefully at our Pax Lodge 30th birthday celebrations, or maybe some other WAGS virtual event. And next year in 2022, when we can meet up again and Pax Lodge reopens.
Oh, it'd be great.